So Sophie Cunningham was traded to the Indiana Fever in a trade that a lot of people are really confused at. But for me, I think it makes so much sense for the Indiana Fever to do what they did. Is it annoying them giving up the 8th pick? Yes, but there's a possibility if they are going for added in free agency that they might not be able to afford to keep the 8th pick.
Things have taken an unexpected turn as Sophie Cunningham steps up to support Caitlin Clark, ready to stand up against the relentless bullying Caitlin has faced in the WNBA.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day.
Not everyone is thrilled about this, and here's what you might not know. The Indiana Fever locker room just got a major shakeup. Melissa Smith, who seemed more focused on passive-aggressive tweets than being a real team player, is now out. And that's when things get really interesting, as the Dallas Wings enter the picture.
Wow, what an effort, but she blows the bunny, and here come the Mercury. Down by 8, Sky kicks it to Cunningham, 3 on the way, is good, no foul is called, and now tempers are flaring.
Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham is stepping in, making it clear that no one will mess with Caitlin Clark without facing consequences. This is a game changer, and it's bigger than just basketball now. When Caitlin Clark suffered that tough injury, real teammates should have rallied around her, showing support. Instead, we saw some questionable behavior that left fans seriously concerned.
Bro, because nobody holds on to... So you be helping everybody up like that? Have you ever seen me do that? I'm asking if that's normal. We're not talking about everybody. Is that normal? We're talking about you. Is that normal? What are you talking? Is it normal?
I just try to help her up. She gotta stick her little booty out like that. Now we viral.
You held on, and then you was like... on the way back to the defense. Girl, you're not fooling me.
Instead of backing up Caitlin Clark, one teammate thought it was better to engage on social media with the very player who caused her injury. We're talking about Melissa Smith. Let's be honest, Smith wasn't exactly making a huge impact on the court or boosting team chemistry, but it was her off-court behavior that really sealed her fate. When the Fever needed unity, she chose drama. Caitlin Clark definitely noticed. That's when Sophie Cunningham steps in, a player who's never backed down from a challenge, never afraid to defend her teammates, and certainly not scared to call out the so-called gatekeepers of the WNBA.
So come back from Sophie, too.
She's not going to back down. We saw that last year, too.
Oh, yeah. She's got tenacity for
with
days.
Coppers. So Aaliyah Copper and her went at it, too.
So our officiating crew, led by crew chief Eric Bruton.
Sophie Cunningham has been a fan of Caitlin Clark for a long time, admiring her work ethic and game-changing skills. But now, she's not just a fan, she's a protector, and that's exactly what Caitlin needs in a league that seems determined to tear her down. This is where things get really interesting. Sophie isn't just a shooter, she's an enforcer, the kind of player who'll stand her ground and challenge anyone trying to get away with cheap shots or dirty tactics. And now, she's in Indiana, ready to back up Clark like never before. If you think that's surprising, wait for this. The Fever didn't just trade Melissa Smith for basketball reasons. It was about shifting the culture, and it was much needed. Sophie stepping in signals the end of passive-aggressive teammates and locker room drama. Caitlin Clark now has a team full of veterans and enforcers who will have her back when things get physical, because let's be real, the targeting isn't going.
So things getting very spicy here in the desert with the Mystics up 38-30. With 3:41 to go in the second quarter. The play has been physical for sure.
Smith's departure isn't just a roster change, it's a bold statement. The Indiana Fever are now a serious contender, and they're not going to let one player's negativity hold them back. With Sophie Cunningham on the team, Caitlin Clark finally has some serious muscle in her corner. But she's not alone. Indiana's been making smart moves, bringing in veteran stars to back up their franchise player.
I still think that they made the right choice in a big picture. I think big picture.
Sophie Cunningham is now part of a new, veteran-packed lineup that won't put up with any nonsense. Together, they're ready to unleash a refreshed and battle-ready Caitlin Clark. This is going to be one to watch. Grab your popcorn.
Defense for BG there, a steal. Cunningham from the corner for a three. She hits it, and she's fouled. A chance to tie this one.
The Fever have flipped the script. They're no longer the young team getting pushed around, they're now the team setting the tone. The big takeaway? Sophie Cunningham isn't just another off-season signing. She's a culture change, a statement, a wake-up call to the rest of the WNBA that Indiana is done playing soft. For years, the Fever were an afterthought, just happy to make the playoffs. But with Cunningham's arrival, that mindset is history.
Defended by the much taller Candace Parker. Shot clock into single digits. Nice take by Sophie, and an opportunity for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Sophie brings respect, hustle, and a relentless winning mentality, things this Indiana squad has been missing for far too long. She's the kind of player who'll hit a three, get in your face, and make sure you know it. Sophie plays with a chip on her shoulder, a fire that lights up the whole team. She's exactly the kind of warrior Caitlin Clark needs by her side.
It is Sophie Cunningham. Sophie, what was working for you tonight?
Man, guys, I'm turning 28. I'm getting old out here, so I'm just maturing. I'm seeing the ball off the rim better. I don't know.
You're just coming into your prime, sister.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Mitchell alone doesn't win championships, mentality does. Cunningham has been in high-pressure games, fought through tough matchups, and proven time and again that she's built for the battle. This isn't just about skill, it's about heart, toughness, and refusing to be pushed around. And that's where things start to get really dangerous for the competition.
Opportunity she has gotten here as of late. The Carly fist pump is undefeated.
S&I guard sensing that Minnesota is figuring things out. Cunningham buries the triple.
The moment Sophie Cunningham steps onto the court in an Indiana Fever jersey, the entire vibe of the team changes. No more timid play, no more backing down, no more being bullied. This is the start of a new era. With Cunningham, the Fever gain a fierce competitor, but they're also shedding dead weight in Aaliyah Smith. There was a time when Smith was considered a cornerstone for the Fever's future, a young star on the rise. But that time is over. Smith had all the tools, athleticism, size, and flashes of brilliance, but what she lacked was presence. When Caitlin Clark was being battered on the court, Smith wasn't rushing to defend her. Instead, she seemed more focused on social media drama, engaging with the very people taking cheap shots at her teammate. That's not leadership. That's not a winning mentality. That's dead weight.
You dragged it. Can you finally admit, in front of me and everybody else, that you dragged it?
How did I drag it? I helped you up.
Bro, because nobody holds on to... So you be helping everybody up like that?
Have you ever seen me do that?
I'm asking if that's normal.
We're not talking about everybody.
Is that normal?
We're talking about you.
Is that normal?
What are you talking about?
Is it normal?
I just try to help her up. She gotta stick her little booty out like that. Now we viral.
You held on, and then you was like...
Let's be real, Smith's move to Dallas isn't some fresh start where she suddenly becomes a superstar. She's stepping into the shadow of Satu Sabely, a player who actually made an impact, led the team, and fought for every possession. As for Smith, she's just another piece in the rotation now. Her days as a promising young star are over. She's a role player, a bench contributor at best.
Veteran moves by veteran players here. Sabely sheds off her former Oregon Duck teammate, Sabrina Ionescu.
The Fever won't miss Aaliyah Smith, they've upgraded with Sophie Cunningham. Smith and Cunningham are two completely different players, and let's be honest, one is built for greatness while the other is heading toward irrelevance. Sophie is a leader, an enforcer, a game changer. Smith? She's just another player who never quite lived up to the hype.
No dream player with over 2 fouls. Nas Hillman, the only player coming off the bench with 2, as Sophie Cunningham drains the first bucket for her.
While Smith settles into a supporting role in Dallas, Cunningham is about to become the backbone of Indiana's new identity. She's here to protect Caitlin Clark, to make sure cheap shots and bullying won't go unpunished, and most importantly, to bring a championship mindset to a team that desperately needed one. This isn't just a roster move, it's a power shift. The Indiana Fever are done being a punching bag. With Cunningham in the mix, they're ready to fight back.
Backdoor cut, Cunningham, catch and shoot, good.
Sophie Cunningham did not play in the last game. She was in concussion protocol.
Let's not beat around the bush, the Indiana Fever are now the hottest ticket in town. With veterans like Sophie Cunningham on the team, this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about business, entertainment, and reshaping the WNBA landscape for years to come. For years, WNBA teams struggled to consistently grab national attention, but that's no longer an issue for Indiana. With Caitlin Clark leading the charge, every Fever game is must-watch TV. What really takes it to the next level, though, is the veteran presence of players who bring star power, attitude, and a marketable persona. Sophie Cunningham isn't just a tough player, she's a brand. She's got the personality, grit, and media appeal to drive engagement. She's the kind of player fans either love or love to hate, and that's exactly what the WNBA needs right now. Players who spark conversation, sell jerseys, and get people emotionally invested.
I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And so I give a big old clap to the rookie class. I think that's a lot to deal with when you're at that age and you have that many eyes on you. But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to, but I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that, but I think it's fun what she's doing. When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it and you might be a little jealous. So for me, I'm all for it.
Let's be real, this isn't just about WNBA numbers anymore. The viewership for Indiana Fever games could easily rival or even surpass NBA regular season broadcasts. The buzz around Caitlin Clark has already pushed WNBA ratings to record highs, and with a perfect supporting cast of battle-tested veterans, this momentum is only going to skyrocket.
12 on the shot clock. Cunningham lines up, drains another three in this quarter.
And Cunningham
one of the first, I think, young coaches to really use social media to the advantage.
Sophie Cunningham.
If there's one player who can light up an arena without even touching the ball, it's Sydney Coulson. She's a walking viral moment, always ready to make things unforgettable. Whether it's her bench reactions, on-court antics, or her ability to fire up teammates and fans, Coulson brings the kind of electric energy that makes every game stand out.
What's up, Vegas? We got the dub. Heading back. See y'all on Tuesday.
Every great championship team has that one player who keeps the locker room alive, lifts spirits, and makes sure no one gets too comfortable. That's Sydney Coulson. When the stakes are high and tensions rise, she's the one keeping everyone focused but loose. She's not just a spark plug, she's the generator that keeps the whole team running. Let's be honest, Caitlin Clark's game is pure magic, but even the greatest players need structure and reliability around them. That's where players like DeWanna and Natasha Howard come in.
Cunningham did not play in the last game. She was in concussion protocol. Circus shot by Cunningham.
Cunningham on the drive. Wheeler from behind knocked it away. Cunningham pulls it back down and rattles in a baseline.
DeWanna has been through it all. She knows exactly what it takes to go deep in the playoffs. She brings scoring, defense, and championship experience, along with a calming presence when the pressure is at its highest.
How we stay locked in, as Steph said, keep the main thing, and it's a process. We want to be better than we were as Steph says, I got this from her too, but better than we are in May, than June. You know, in July, you can't really think about winning a final or a championship. This league is tough. Every game is going to be tough. The league has changed so much, so it's going to be a building block. So can't get too high, can't get too low. And once the team come around and everybody gets together, it's just starting from ground zero. It's a totally different team, and I can't really focus on, people saying we're going to win a final or go to the finals. It's going to be what we do.
Howard is here to fill every gap that could threaten Indiana's success. Need rebounding? She's got it. Need defensive stops? That's her specialty. And when team unity is on the line, she's the veteran who holds it all together. These two, Howard and DeWanna, aren't just role players. They're key pieces that ensure Caitlin Clark's magic translates into real championship success. The Indiana Fever is no longer just a team to watch, they are the team to beat. With a perfect mix of star power, veteran leadership, and strong commercial appeal, they have everything in place to dominate the WNBA landscape.
Caitlin, what are your thoughts on all the moves so far and the state of this team?
I'm really excited. I think Kelly and Amber have done a really good job of, finding pieces that fit. It makes me excited about the future, obviously, with Steph and her staff coming in here, and my ability to work out with Keith all offseason has been really fun, but it's been fun. I got to work out with DB, and as some offseason leagues and overseas stuff kind of wraps up, a lot of them will start getting back, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to get in the gym and be with my teammates and, just start putting the pieces together and see what works, what doesn't work. But I think we're going to have a lot of different options to do a lot of different things, and I think that's what's super exciting about it.
Caitlin Clark was already the biggest name in women's basketball, but now, with this fearless squad behind her, she's leading a revolution. Every game will be televised, every highlight will go viral, and every arena will be packed. That's when everything will truly click. When the 2025 WNBA Finals roll around, you can bet all eyes will be on the Indiana Fever. So, what do you think? Did Indiana just make the best move of the season? Will Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark become the league's most dangerous duo? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more WNBA updates.